Okay, we're back. TikTok with my TikTok Tay Show number 2. I'm renaming my my Zen Fits as TikTok Tay Shows, and a Tay Show is a talk that points beyond your assumptions. The title of this Tay Show is "I Have No Future." I have no future. My mother lived to be 102, and when she was 100, she was still driving. She drove up until the last year of her life. And we were driving once, or I was driving her somewhere, and we were talking about happiness. She said, "You know why I'm happy?" And I said, "Why, Mom?" And she was happy in her last years. And she said, "I'm happy because I have no future." And there was a long pause. What does that, And then she said, "When I was younger, I had a future, and I wasn't so happy." Ah, there's the Tay Show. Now, what is she talking about? Is she talking about her age? Being 100, you don't have much future? I have no future? I mean, I'm 88, and I don't have that much future. So I don't know how old you are, but you certainly probably have more future than I got. But is that what she was talking about? You see, the second line was the clincher. First she said, "I have no future," and we assume she's talking about her age. But then she said, "When I was younger, I had no future, and I wasn't so happy." Now that is the twist, you see. Now wait a minute, what is she talking about here? This is the twist. I have no future. Oh, I assume she's talking about her physical age. Then she says, "When I was younger, I had no future, and I wasn't so happy." Now there's the twist. What future is she talking about? We just leave it with a laugh, or do we sit in that twist? What is she talking about? What future is she talking about? So there, you see, that's what a Tay Show is. It points to a contradiction and invites you to sit with it until you go beyond it. So let's look at our own life. We live with future. We assume we have a future. And we assume the future is going to be like the past. We can't imagine a future that isn't something we have already known. You can't imagine something that you don't know. You can't imagine anything that is not knowable, you see. So what is this see, we think in terms of the known and the unknown. Oh, I know that. But then there's the unknown, and if I have enough time, I'll know what it is. This is when Bodhidharma, the sage who brought Zen to China in 500 AD, started the golden age of Zen. He had a famous meeting with the Emperor Wu. And the Emperor Wu, who was a Buddhist and had done a lot to promote Buddhism in China, was rather confused with this Zen master, who was this Bodhidharma. So he asked Bodhidharma, who are you? Aren't you a holy man? And Bodhidharma says, "I don't know," and walked off. Now later, the emperor's assistant asked the emperor, says, "Who was that man?" Like the Lone Ranger. "Who was that man?" And the Emperor Wu said, "I don't know." Now, what is the difference between these two I don't know? Is between Bodhidharma's I don't know and between the Emperor Wu's I don't know. Now, the Emperor Wu's I don't know implies that given enough time, I'll get to know who this guy is. I'm going to search him out. I'll get to know who he is. But when Bodhidharma says I don't know, is he saying, well, if I meditate some more, I'll know who I am? Do I need more time? Do I need more information? Maybe an AI will help me know who I am. Or maybe I can ask Google. So Bodhidharma's I don't know was totally different from the emperor's I don't know. So Bodhidharma's name, I don't know, was not I know and don't know, the known and the unknown. Bodhidharma's I don't know is the unknowable. The unknowable. Now this, you see, is beyond assumptions of the known and the unknown. This is beyond time. The unknowable, that's like, remember the Space Odyssey 2001? When that obelisk appeared, and the apes didn't know what it was, and the astronauts didn't know what it was. It was an unknowable. It had no reference to their known world, but it appeared. And what it had no use, and it had no use, it has no meaning. It has no use or meaning. It's unknowable. It's a blank. It's a black hole. And yet it wasn't empty. It was there, you see. The obelisk was there, but it was unknowable. So it came from the formless. The formless is unknowable. The formless is not unknown. Like, if I have enough time, I'll get to know what the formless is. The formless is unknowable. But it appears as the known. The formless appears as form. So we know the world is form. The unknown and the known is both form. You see, the unknown is an idea, and that's form. The unknown is a concept, and that's form, you see. So we live in a world of form. But the Teisho points beyond form and not form. It points beyond yes and no. It points beyond this and that. It points beyond assumptions to the unknowable. So the unknowable, you see, is not knowable because it's beyond our consciousness. It's like our consciousness has a boundary. Our consciousness is like a compass that sticks in a paper and draws a circle. So we keep expanding our circle with knowledge and information and AI and all that good stuff, you see. But there's still the unknowable beyond that perimeter. No matter how far we expand the universe, no matter how far we expand God, no matter how far I expand myself with all my learnings and teachings, there's still the unknowable on the other side, the black hole of the unknowable. That is both, that is beyond the known and the unknown. Because the unknown is within my parameter. I'll get to know it if I have enough time. If I have enough AI, you see, enough computer power, I'll know what that is. Everything is knowable if we have enough future. What happens if you have no future? What is this having no future that my mother was talking about? And then why was she happy? Because she had no future. Now, my mother was just, talking about it, but I use this, I stretch it. I take this little experience with my mother and create a Teisho out of it. I create a pointing. It points beyond your assumptions that you have a future or don't have a future. The unknowable, you see, is not there. The unknowable is now. We are the manifestation of the unknowable. The unknowable is formless. It's not knowable or unknowable, that's form. It's unknowable, it's formless, but it appears as form. So the unknowable appears as you, as the world, as me, you see. But you can't know the unknowable because then it's knowable, then it's form, you see. So the unknowable remains forever unknowable, undefined, and unborn. And that is our true nature. The undefined, the unknowable, and the unborn. Thanks for dropping in. See you at the next Teisho.